During World War II, the British and American air forces put a lot of effort into creating strong pilot training programs to handle the huge rush of new pilots needed. These programs were a big deal for the Allies, turning out thousands of pilots to fly all kinds of aircrafts. At the outset of World War II, the British Royal Air Force was actively working to expand its aircrew. In 1939, they introduced the British Commonwealth Air Training Plan, which was designed to train pilots and other aircrew members from across the Commonwealth, including Britain, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and others. A large portion of this training took place in Canada, South Africa, and Australia, locations chosen for their favorable weather and safe airspace, making them ideal for year-round instruction. Let's take a closer look at how the RAF's training program was structured. The process was divided into several stages, and I'll walk you through each one. It all began with initial training, where recruits learned the fundamentals, navigation, meteorology, and aeronautics, along with strict physical fitness and discipline. From there, trainees moved to elementary flying training school. This was when they first got in the cockpit and started flying. They typically trained on light aircraft like the Havilland Tiger Moth, a dependable biplane known for its forgiving handling, making it perfect for learning the basics such as takeoffs, landings, and simple aerobatics. During this phase, students accumulated around 50 to 60 flying hours. Once they successfully completed this stage, the next step was service flying training school. Here, they advanced to flying more complex aircraft, such as the North American Harvard or the Airspeed Oxford. This stage focused on refining skills like navigation, formation flying, and instrument training. Finally, successful trainees would transfer to an operational training unit. At this stage, they got to fly combat aircraft, such as the Supermarine Spitfire, Hawker Hurricane, or later in the war, the Gloucester Meteor, the RAF's first jet fighter. Operational training units placed a strong emphasis on combat tactics, gunnery, and mission-specific skills. This is where they really developed into the pilots they were destined to become. The Gloucester Meteor, introduced in 1944, represented an important milestone as one of the earliest operational jet aircraft, and was predominantly employed in the later stages of World War II. Its integration into training programs was limited, given its late introduction into service and the detailed nature of jet propulsion technology. Pilots selected for training, often those with prior combat experience, quickly adapt to new handling characteristics, signifying a model shift from traditional propeller-driven aircraft. Training efforts focused on mastering jet engine management and conducting high-altitude operations, thereby equipping pilots for potential aerial encounters with formidable German jets like the Messerschmitts. During the early stages of the war, the Royal Air Force encountered considerable difficulties, notably a shortage of both qualified instructors and aircraft. The Commonwealth Air Training Plan's wide international participation played an important role in addressing these challenges by using resources from across the Commonwealth. By the year 1945, this program had successfully trained over 130,000 aircrew members, including approximately 73,000 pilots. Innovative approaches such as synthetic trainers, early flight simulators, and standardized curricula played a critical role in maintaining consistency and quality amid fast growth. The United States Army Air Forces developed an equally ambitious training program to support its expansive air operations across Europe and the Pacific theaters. By 1941, the USAAF set an ambitious target to train 30,000 pilots each year, a number that was projected to increase to 50,000 by 1943. These training efforts were predominantly conducted within the United States, a strategic choice enabled by the country's vast open environments and generally favorable climate conditions, which supported large-scale pilot training initiatives. The American pilot training program was organized into three principal stages. The first, primary training, was carried out at civilian-operated flight schools under military supervision. Trainees flew aircraft such as the de Havilland Tiger Moth, which was commonly used early in the war, or the Boeing Stearman PT-17. This initial phase concentrated on establishing fundamental flying skills, with students accumulating approximately 65 hours over a period of 8 to 10 weeks. In the second stage, basic training, pilots transitioned to more advanced trainers like the Vultee BT-13 Valiant, where they learned essential skills such as flying by instruments, navigation, and formation flying. This segment involved about 70 hours of flight time. The final stage, advanced training, directed trainees into specialized streams including single-engine fighters, multi-engine bombers, or transport planes. Those on the multi-engine path often trained on aircraft such as the Douglas C-47 Skytrain, a versatile transport plane widely used for troop and cargo missions, notably including paratroop drops during D-Day operations. This phase involved between 70 to 100 hours of flight time and emphasized mission-specific skills. During training, it served to prepare pilots for complex multi-engine operations, such as low-altitude flying, cargo handling, and parachute drops. Its reputation for reliability and easy handling made it an excellent aircraft for teaching the details of multi-engine flight. Pilots learned to operate the Pratt & Whitney engines and navigate under challenging conditions, skills that proved essential during airborne invasions like Normandy and Operation Market Garden. The United States Army Air Forces encountered important logistical obstacles, notably a scarcity of airfields and qualified instructors. To overcome these challenges, the United States constructed numerous new airfields and enlisted civilian institutions to provide primary pilot training. By 1944, the Air Force had successfully trained over 193,000 pilots, reflecting the scope of its large-scale industrial approach. The integration of advanced training tools, such as the Link Trainer, a pioneering flight simulator, enhanced both efficiency and safety during training exercises. While both the US and UK programs aimed to rapidly produce a large volume of pilots, certain fundamental differences stood out. The Royal Air Force depended heavily on Commonwealth nations for training infrastructure and personnel, whereas the Americans focused predominantly on training within the United States. Both services employed the de Havilland Tiger Moth for primary training. However, the Americans had broader access to modern trainers like the PT-17, and the C-47 was uniquely used by the US for transport pilot training, while the Gloucester Meteor was exclusive to the RAF's jet training initiatives. The USAAF's program was notably larger and benefited from America's extensive industrial capacity, allowing for faster and more widespread training. Conversely, the RAF's efforts were more dispersed and initially faced greater resource limitations. This strategic divergence emphasizes the differing approaches each nation took to rapidly build their pilot fleets during the conflict. The pilot training programs implemented by Britain and the United States played an essential role in establishing Allied air dominance during the war. The British Commonwealth Air Training Plan cultivated a diverse group of pilots capable of operating a wide range of aircraft, from Hurricanes to Meteors. Meanwhile, the United States Army Air Force's training initiatives provided the extensive fleets necessary for strategic bombing campaigns and transport missions. Aircraft such as the Tiger Moth, C-47, and Meteor each served distinct purposes. The Tiger Moth laid the foundational skills for newcomers. The C-47 supported essential logistical operations, and the Meteor introduced pilots to the state-of-the-art technology shaping future aviation. By the end of 1945, these comprehensive programs not only addressed immediate wartime demands, but also established a solid foundation for post-war advancements in aviation. The strict training techniques and innovative aircraft utilization ensured that Allied pilots were among the most thoroughly prepared in history, considerably contributing to the Allied victory in World War II.